So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about civil disobedience movement. So in the last class, we had discussed about non-cooperation movement, which was a very prominent Indian national movement from 1920 to 22. So in today's class, we'll be discussing another important movement, that is civil disobedience movement led by Gandhiji. So let us begin. So first of all, I'll be asking questions, and if you know the answers, please write in the answers in the comments so that I'll be happy to know that you all know this. So the first question is, the civil disobedience movement was started in which year? So if you know the answer, I'm very happy that you will be answering it. So the answer actually to this question is, the civil disobedience movement was started in the year 1930. So before this class, we had done non-cooperation movement. Okay. And the non-cooperation movement was between 1920 to 22. And this is civil disobedience movement. This is started in the year 1930. So C is the right answer to this question. That is what you should know. So let's move on to the next one. The civil disobedience movement began with which of the following event? So your options are fast and to death in the Yerwada Central Jail by Gandhiji, Dandi March by Gandhiji, Gandhi's appeal for do or die, Gandhiji agreeing to attend the second round table conference in London. Okay, so these are the four options. You have to tell me what is the right answer. If you know the answer, please write in the comments. Otherwise, I'll explain. There go. The first one is actually something related with Pune Pact, which actually happened in September 1932. Actually, the answer to this question is option B. Okay. This Gandhiji's appeal for do or die is actually related with Quit India movement, which we will discuss in the further classes. Okay. So here the right answer is option B, Dandi March by Gandhiji. So it was a march. I mean, he walked for almost 240 miles. We will discuss it. And this is actually considered as the beginning of the civil disobedience movement. Okay, so the right answer is B is the right answer to this question. Okay, the next one is, in which session Indian National Congress talked about Swaraj for the first time? Your options are Banaras session of 1905, Calcutta session of 1906, Lahore session of 1929, Surat session of 1907. What is the right answer to this question? If you know it, please answer me. For the first time, the term Swaraj was discussed by Congress was in Calcutta session 1906. Yes, and B is the right answer. देखो स्वराज का generally मतलब क्या होता है? You should give some sort of independence, because initially, when Indians were demanding Swaraj, it was not meaning complete independence, but it was meaning some sort of independence should be given. And British, since we were under British rule, so the Indians were started demanding that you should give us some sort of independence or some sort of autonomy. So initially, the word Swaraj was used. Okay, and the first time it was used was in Calcutta session 1906. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay, so B is the right answer to this question. And who is the president of the Indian National Congress at that time? So the president of Indian National Congress in Calcutta session 1906 was Dadabhai Naoroji. Okay, yes. Let's आप देख सकते हो ना. And then let's move on to the next one. अब देखो होता क्या है, since we were talking about Swaraj, now Congress for the first time talks about Pune Swaraj in the year December 1929. I am talking just before the beginning of civil disobedience movement. So this is from the NCERT book. Actually, this is NCERT class 12 book, and it is talking about this. Okay. Now, so basically, I'll ask some question. Then you, if you answer it, I'll be very happy to know. The question is, who was the president of Lahore session of Indian National Congress, which was held in 1929. So basically, December 1929, Lahore session happens. Lahore session of Indian National Congress happens. And you have to tell me who was the president of Lahore session of Indian National Congress, which was held in December 1929. And the answer is Jawaharlal Nehru, option C. And now why it is important? Why it is important? Because in this session, in this session, Indian National Congress, INC means Indian National Congress session, which actually happened in December 1929, it was decided that 26 January 1930 will be celebrated as Poon Swaraj Divas. Poon Swaraj Divas, or what we call in English as Total Independence Day. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. Poon Swaraj Divas or Total Independence Day. Okay. Now, what is the thing? What is so special? Because I've just told you that 1906 Congress for the first time talked about Swaraj. But here in on 26 January 1930, Congress is talking about the Indians are talking about Poon Swaraj Divas, and this was decided in Indian National Congress session, which was happened in Lahore. So Lahore is on the bank of Ravi River. Lahore session, option B. Okay, so they decided now that instead of Swaraj, we need Poon Swaraj, means complete independence. Swaraj means give us some sort of autonomy or give us some sort of independence. That was the demand in 1906. But over a period of time, they started demanding, like on 26 January 1930, finally they decided that we need now total independence. So we want Poon Swaraj. Okay, that is what you should be knowing about. So B is the right answer to this question. Agar aap dekho aur se, if you see it carefully, hai na? So the declaration Poon Swaraj was a resolution which was passed in 1930 because of the complete dissatisfaction of the Indian masses, hai na, against the British. Okay. So in December 1929, Lahore session happened on the bank of Ravi River. And on the next day, 26 January was celebrated as Independence Day. 26 January 1930, and a total Independence Day. That was symbolic in nature because we did not become independent. We were not independent. And 26 January 1930, India was not independent. But that was a symbolic that yes, we are celebrating this as Total Independence Day or Poon Swaraj Divas. Okay, that is what you should be knowing about. And so here is Lahore, and the river goes here, Ravi River. So here actually 1929 Lahore session happens, Lahore session of Indian National Congress. So I hope you can understand that yes, before independence, before 1947, I mean, of course, Pakistan, Bangladesh, all were part of undivided India. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. Now, one thing which actually comes, which actually strikes people's mind is, this is the preamble of the Indian Constitution. I'm sure you must have seen the preamble in your life. So, अगर आप नीचे जाओगे तो यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ 26 November 1949. So basically, 26 November 1949, Indian Constitution was prepared, and that is why this 26 November is celebrated as Law Day, or today what we call it as Constitution Day. Okay, Law Day or Constitution Day. Now, what happened was on 26 November 1949, the Constitution was prepared, but it was implemented on 26 January 1950. So the question is, why we wait for 2 months? Why we waited for 2 months? Just to have a memory of 26 January 1930. That is the reason. Because 26 January 1930 means just 20 years back, we celebrated this as Poon Swaraj Divas. And that is why, to remember that memory, that is why 26 January 1950 was celebrated as was actually the day that was chosen to ensure Republic Day or to ensure full implementation of the Constitution. Okay? If somebody will be asking in future that why do we celebrate, why 26 January was chosen as the date and a reason behind the Republic Day. So you'll get this reason about Poon Swaraj resolution. Okay? That is what you should be knowing about. Okay? So ये हो गया, हम लोग देखो ये NCERT book में लिखा है. That is what we are talking just before the civil disobedience movement, है ना? So December 1929, Lahore session happens. Poon Swaraj resolution of 26 January 1930, है ना? Flag of independence being observed, है ना? Independence Day was being observed, है ना? उसके बाद क्या होता है? We have just talked about 26 January 1930, right? When the Poon Swaraj resolution was celebrated. Just after that, somewhere around in March, Gandhi ji writes some demands. Gandhi ji gives some rights, some demands to Viceroy. Viceroy was the British officer who was ruling India. And at that time, the Viceroy was Lord Irwin. So Gandhi ji wrote how many demands? So the answer is B, 11 demands. that I'm giving you some demands, you follow it, you accept it, otherwise I will start a new movement. What Gandhiji said, that I am writing this, I'm giving you some list of demands. If you accept it, fine. Otherwise, I will start a new movement. Okay, so this is what we call it as there are demands. So these are the 11 demands. Now, out of these, the most important, the most prominent one is this: eliminate the government's monopoly on salt and abolish the salt tax. So there were 11 demands, but this is very prominent because Gandhiji believed that salt is the thing which is taken by everyone, irrespective of rich and poor. And you are imposing tax on that. So basically, Gandhiji talked about ensuring that this tax should be removed. And he believed that if I make this an issue, support from all people of all the community, and rich, poor, everyone. Okay, so these were the 11 demands, but the Viceroy, Lord Irwin, did not listen to the demand, and that's why Gandhiji started his movement. So he gave the demand that by 11 March 1930, you have to accept it. Otherwise, we will start a new movement. That is what Gandhiji said. So Viceroy did not listen to it, and that is why Gandhi started his disobedience movement through Dandi March. So you have to tell me that Dandi March was Gandhiji moved from which place to move which place? By walk. It was a march of Gandhiji by walk along with his followers. What is the right answer to this question? So the right answer is option B, Sabarmati to Dandi. B is the right answer to this question in Gujarat. ठीक है, तो आप देख सकते हो. Let me show. देखो, this is the state of Gujarat. If I zoom it further, this is the Gujarat and this is Ahmedabad. This is Dandi. So he walked. This is roughly around 240 miles. So he walked 240 miles for 24 days. Okay, and he reached Dandi. Okay, so great Dandi march, है ना? 8 years. So आप देख सकते हो, he started on 12th March because he had told that told Viceroy that by 11th March you have to accept 11 demands. That was Gandhiji had said कि मैं 11 March को, before 11th March 1930, you have to accept those 11 demands. But Viceroy did not listen to it, and that is why Gandhiji on 12th March started a new movement. 12th March 1930 started a new movement, which by 6th April 1930 he actually reached. ठीक है, by walk. So वही 12th March को start किया उन्होंने. अहमदाबाद में साबरमती आश्रम is there. साबरमती आश्रम. So 12th March. ठीक है, 1930. And he reaches Dandi on 6th April 1930. Okay, that's Dandi March. So the beginning of Dandi March is actually signifies the civil disobedience movement. So this beginning of civil disobedience movement is actually nothing but Dandi March. That is what you should be knowing. Okay. So what happens is the march starts on 12th May 1930 and ends on 6th April 1930. Okay. So it was a non-violent protest against British monopoly. Then when Gandhiji reaches Dandi, he broke the British salt law. Now, what is breaking the law? So this is actually the symbolic gesture. When he reached Dandi, he took the salt in his hand, marking as a symbolic way of breaking the salt law. He's saying, I'm taking the salt in my hand. So he reached Dandi because Dandi is actually the coastal region. And I'm sure you should have basic idea that in the coast, actually, salts are, you will find salts, and even salts are manufactured there also. And you will find salt being left by the oceans and the waters, ocean water and Arabian Sea, etc. So that's why he reached there and he took the salt in his hand, and just as a symbolic gesture that, yes, I am breaking the salt law. That is what Gandhiji did on 6th April 1930 when he reached Dandi. Okay. And this entire Dandi March is considered as the beginning of civil disobedience movement. That is what you should be knowing. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. The question is, sedition has become a new religion, or it has become my religion. This statement was given by Gandhiji related with non-cooperation movement, Dandi March, Quit India movement, Champaran Satyagraha. What is the right answer to this question? So the right answer to this question is in Dandi March. Okay, so in Dandi March, he had said that sedition has become my religion. So B is the right answer. Just remember it. This was recently asked in some exams, so that's why we are discussing. The next is Chaukidari tax was violated in which of the following state during civil disobedience movement? Haryana, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, Bombay Presidency. So the right answer is Bihar. B is the right answer. Bihar and Bengal region. So B is the right answer. Okay, just have an idea. Now, so Gandhiji did actually Salt March or Dandi March in Gujarat. Many of his followers did the same thing in other parts of India. For example, in Peshawar, like Peshawar was of course part of India at that time. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, and I'm sure you must have heard his name, is considered as Frontier Gandhi. He organized people called as Khodai Khidmatgars. So they were non-violent activists who supported Gandhiji in this Dandi March movement in Peshawar. Okay, so here is actually Peshawar. Now it is a part of Pakistan, but before independence, of course, it was a part of India. Similarly, Vedaranyam Salt March. Okay, so this was a Salt March which was organized by Dr. C Rajagopalachari in Madras Presidency, so modern day Tamil Nadu region. So he walked from Tiruchirappalli to Vedaranyam and breaking the salt. So Tiruchirappalli is here, Trichy jisko kehte hain, and he walked from here to here, Vedaranyam. And Vedaranyam is actually a coastal town. So he walked, who walked? C Rajagopalachari along with his followers. Like Gandhiji walked here in Gujarat, and here, this good. So it was copied here by C Rajagopalachari because that was the idea. So Gandhiji did this in Gujarat. It was followed in all India level. That is why the entire movement is called as civil disobedience movement. Okay, civil disobedience movement. Okay. So यहाँ से चले थे यहाँ Vedaranyam. It's a coastal town. Here you can break the salt off by taking the salt in your hand. Similarly, K. Kalappan also did in Kerala, Malabar region of Kerala. He also supported Gandhiji. So he walked from Calicut to Payanur. Okay, so this is Kozhikode, which is earlier called as Calicut, and this is actually Payanur. Okay, so he walked. He walked from here to here. That is what you should be knowing about Calicut to Payanur. Similarly, let's talk about Dharsana Satyagraha and aftermath. See, we have discussed right now that Mahatma Gandhi did at Dandi Beach at 6th April 1930. Mahatma Gandhi actually violated salt law. Okay, salt law, by taking the salt in his hand. So after that, after 6th April 1930, once he had actually reached Dandi, so जब यहाँ Dandi पहुंचे, from Sabarmati he reached Dandi, he violated salt law on 6th April 1930 by taking the salt in his hand. Then nearby Dandi, there was a place as Dharsana where salt was being manufactured. So he actually went in that place also, and Gandhi decided to raid Dharsana salt work. This is the place near Dandi where the salt is being manufactured in a factory, which was 50 kilometers south from Dandi. He visited there along with his friend, and he wrote to Lord Irwin, the Viceroy, that I am going to these places. And so he in fact challenged him also. So he was arrested. Gandhiji was arrested under 1827 law. There was a law made in 1827. So under that law, Gandhiji was arrested and he was held without trial near Pune also. Calling for the jail engaged in lawful activity. So he was arrested and sent to Pune. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay. So he was arrested there and sent to Pune jail. Okay. So the Dharsana Satyagraha is what it was supported by, when Gandhiji went, there were other followers or supporters like Abbas Tayyabji. His wife Kasturba Gandhi was also there. Then there was Sarojini Naidu was also the part of that Dharsana Satyagraha raid. Okay, so that is what you should be knowing. Now what happened was, so the civil disobedience movement continued from 1930 to 1931. It started somewhere around March, April, and I've told you, with Dandi March. And it ended by Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Gandhi-Irwin Pact of 1931. Okay, that is what you should be knowing about. So Gandhi-Irwin Pact was a political agreement signed by Gandhiji and Lord Irwin Viceroy on 5th March 1931 before the second roundtable conference. ठीक है. So इसमें क्या discussion हुआ? What were the discussions? So the first thing is discontinuation of SWAT march by Indian National Congress. That the entire Indian National Congress, wherever people are doing SWAT march, that needs to be stopped or discontinued. Okay. So Gandhiji agreed for that. Then participation of Gandhiji in Indian National Congress in second roundtable conference. See, there used to have roundtable conference used to happen in London, where Indians were invited to have discussion on that. So the first roundtable conference happened in 1930, somewhere around November, December. Second roundtable conference happened also in 1931, September to November. And the third roundtable conference happened in 1932. Again, on the same time, the last end of 1932, like somewhere around November. Now, so Gandhiji had not participated in roundtable conference 1. Why? Because he was in jail. I told you he was arrested, sent to jail. Hai na? But roundtable conference 2, 1931, Gandhiji agreed to participate in this. Okay, so Gandhiji did not participate in RTC 1. In fact, he did not participate in RTC 3 also. Okay, only in roundtable conference 2, Gandhiji agreed to participate. Why? Because it is a part of Gandhi-Irwin Pact of 1931. Okay, that is what you should be knowing about. Now, withdrawal of all the issued by the colonial government for curbing the activities. Withdrawal of prosecution related to several types of political offense. इसमें एक चीज और ये important. Release of prisoners arrested for participating in SWAT march. So Gandhiji also said, okay, we are suspending the civil disobedience movement. We will participate in roundtable conference in London, but you have to release those prisoners who were arrested during the protest. Okay, and one more thing. देखो ये भी था कि release all political prisoners except those found guilty of violence. But those who have been found guilty in the court of law, they were not they were exempted actually, technically. Now it was very much in the news. It was very much actually criticized by some people because Bhagat Singh was here actually, and Bhagat Singh had put a low intensity bomb in Central Legislative Assembly in 1920. So you must be aware. So he was arrested, and in fact, he was found guilty, and he was supposed to be hanged very soon. And it is said that Gandhiji tried his best to convince British to that Bhagat Singh hanging should be stopped, but I mean it could happen, and that is why when after the Gandhi-Irwin Pact, when Gandhiji was going for Karachi session of Indian National Congress, which was held in Karachi, headed by Sardar Patel, on 26th to 31st, actually March 1931, Gandhiji was shown black flags. Shown black flags. Why Gandhiji was black flags? Because just 3 days back, 23rd March, Bhagat Singh was hanged. देखो मैं आपको सीक्वेंस बताता हूँ. 5th March 1931, Gandhi-Irwin Pact signed. 23rd March 1931, Bhagat Singh was hanged. Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru, they were hanged. And 26th March 1931, Karachi session of Indian National Congress starts. So when Gandhiji was going in Karachi, he was shown black flags. Why? Because people said, why didn't you force the British to accept not to hang Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru? So it is said, many people said, many historians have said that Gandhiji tried his best, but it could not happen. Some people criticizes Gandhiji that he should have actually ensured this. That is what you should be knowing. See here, there are two aspects of that. So Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru were hanged on 3rd March 1931 in Lahore conspiracy case. Okay, we are not going in that detail. So there were news related with Indian Express. Could Gandhiji saved Bhagat Singh, etc. Okay, so that is what you should be knowing. फिर एक गांधी जी की वेबसाइट पर आर्टिकल भी what Mahatma Gandhi did to save actually Bhagat Singh. So these were some of the things. Okay. So there are two opinions. Some say yes, Gandhi ji tried his best. Some people say no, he should have done much more to save him. Okay. So this is how actually the civil disobedience movement got stopped by Gandhi and went back. And after that, Gandhi ji went for roundtable conference 2, which actually happened in London in somewhere around in 1931, same year, somewhere around September, November. Okay. So this is all about today's class. Please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, share this video. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.